Okie dokie. See if we can do this. Boy, that light is bright. Bright, bright, bright. It's a bright light. Bright light. Too bright. Too bright. Hey guys, it's been forever. So I'm going to do my traditional thing and play with my light. Because I like to do that. I'm just trying to... Hi guys. This is, didn't want to straighten my hair this morning. And if I put it up in a bun, this is what happens. It goes blah. It does. It's bad. It is bad. I'm just going to leave it at that one. Because, you know, I don't, these light things you work with, and then I don't think there's a good, bad, or evil. You just never know what they're going to do, right? That's what I say. Anyway. Okay. So I want to go over several things. I have a list. I'm doing a list today. It's pretty bad. Let me just adjust this just a little more so it doesn't look like I'm drowning myself out. I'm sorry that I haven't been on here. I've just been very, very busy. The ones that are really doing the work, we don't have time. We're so busy. We're trying to inform people, but you know, we're not out here entertaining people. We are actually working and trying to set forth information that needs to be presented. And some, you know, we're working hard. We're not, we don't have time to do a lot of stuff. And if we are, we're trying to rest or prepare for something else. So it's hard because I'm not, you know, on here recently a lot because I just don't have the time. So when I do come on, I will fill you in on what's going on. And I haven't been on here. So I'm sorry about that, but just have patience with me in this. Okay. So it's been busy, you know, and I just said, I'm not an entertainer, you know, I'm just here to give the facts across the way it needs to be. I'm doing the work that needs to be done, for this whole universe of what needs to be done. So I don't have that much time to myself to get everything done. And I think, gosh, I need to go on YouTube and update people, but it's just been chaotic because we are in the thick of stuff right now. And a lot of the prediction stuff that I've been doing has been present lately. And so those are just not things you can just let go. You have to go back in, get more information, check where they are now, what I need to do. So I'm just coming on here being realistic with you. But like I think I talked about in the group, the insightful truth of what's going on. That circle is very small now. Very small because society and you guys have educated yourself, you have listened to your instinct, you evolved, and now you're only dialing into what you feel is true. And that's good and that's great. So don't stop doing that because it's squeezing out these ones that are just trying to purely suck money out of the whole situation and ride on that bandwagon. So keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep asking questions. And if you got to be a pain in their butt, do it. Be a pain in their butt. If they don't ask you your question, answer your question. They, you know, because they really don't have the answer or they avoid the situation. So It's just a story spinning and spinning, and now everybody's saying, you know what, I'm not on that bandwagon no more. I'm not going to listen to it just be spent. I want proof. I want documentation. I want verification. Walk in it, talk in it, back it up. And that's what they need to do. They're not doing that. They're just trying to find a new attention span to spin in another direction. And then you got to be careful for ones that just all of a sudden appear and they weren't around. And this is the thing I talked about. These selected souls that have been doing this for a long time have been doing this for ever, 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 ever. And nobody, I don't care who you are, out of 5 years has that much advancement of information, and all of a sudden they know everything. They don't, because it would have been downloaded a long time ago. That relationship with spirit would have been nourished a long time ago. You have to raise an eyebrow to that. Just saying, history shows the truth. Look up the history. And like I said, I told everybody, ever since our past president jumped on the scene, everybody has been pulling at that attention. So but humanity is waking up to the truth. So you guys I'm just going to do a check that you guys can hear me clearly today. Okay. So, and I'll go over the comments in the live chat later. It's hard for me to go back and forth as I'm trying to get through this list of information. So, so we're talking about the ones that were born to do this, have been creating this, been in the development, been putting the sweat and the tears and the blood. I honor all of those who have done it. You know, we're at a point that we're exhausted, we're tired, but we're at the edge of right there going, we're getting there. We're at this point that's going to tip over, as you can see now. So, and with that, pay attention, listen to your instinct with that truth serum. It'll affect your bones, it'll affect your spirit. You're going to know inside that it's true. And then just turn off the blonde bimbo show that they show on YouTube and sitting around drinking and trying to give spiritual advice. But you shouldn't be walking in the flesh, on the flesh needs. I'm just saying, it's just getting old. This is like a bar situation, and you see the same girl in the bar saying the same thing, and it's just getting old. It's getting old. Don't buy that ticket no more. And I'm just saying that because I want your attention put where it needs to be, and I want you to listen to your instinct, and I want you to pay attention what is true. Don't worry about the other stuff. So we're on to that. So that low mindset entertainment crud is passed on. We don't need to talk about that no more. You guys have a good indication of what you need to do with that. Walking in the flesh, using those sources, money, all that stuff. It just doesn't really anymore of where we're going, what's going to be on the other side. Just saying. Because let me tell you, they're getting sleep. They're going to bed on a normal hour. Just saying. Okay, so let's talk about something I think I brought up last time, which is the contracts. The contracts that Spirit downloaded and talked about and was being funny about. So we're in the middle of all those. So the ones that are aware are more of us are becoming aware of these contracts. Like I said, your spirit guides are changing out too. Everything that like 3D is not going to be 4D. You're not going to be guided in the same way. You're not going to your guides are changing out to a different process too. These contracts that I've started doing on these individual DNA soul base. So they're connected with your DNA, your interpretation, your energy. I go into that. Those contracts are you as an individual. And what's really great to see what Spirit says, just let the ones know that have done the work, that are listening, that are doing the best they can for what they have. They are proud of you. They are proud that you're awake. They're proud that you're going into this phenomenal, fearless process. So um, when we are one community together and working as oneness, you'll really understand. And I see that fear is just completely moving aside towards people. Nope. And so, and I told you there's going to be some trigger points. And boy, did it hit last week, and that's why I told you, hey, back up. Don't acknowledge it. Don't feed into it. It's doing what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to lead it to these certain individuals, lead them where they need to go, where they need to express themselves. And that's what's happening. They're going into the cities, like I told you that it would happen. Let that process happen. We are in it, the thick of it. One day they're there, one day they won't be there. So anyway, it's just the process that has to happen. You always have to trap the rat. So, we are in a huge process of what's going on, and now it's unfolding. And I was telling people, when they say something like this, well, I seen it on TV, I go, but you can't trust that. You have to know somebody, a real person that has seen it or have videotaped it from a real phone or a real video that you can trust. You cannot trust what you're getting on TV. It will mess with you. They're just using curtains, and pulling the curtains down, deciding what props they're going to use. It's just process what it is. They can make it look like anything. I'm just looking at some. So anyway, sorry, I stopped process. So nothing like this world, where that whole process is dismantling, whole thing of it. And you're walking into a different process with those contracts and environments. And this is the thing. People now are finally seeing the keys. I have talked about them for 4.5 years, and now they're finally showing up in the atmosphere. And, everybody thought, well, it's just one portal. And it's like, nope, because the portal's there and the master key is like this. It's attaching, going through. And they said they will come down lower, and then you'll finally get to see them. And now they're starting to show up. They're in different continents, different atmospheres that open this up. So you would have to go back in the videos if you don't understand what the keys are, and read up on YouTube about my keys that I've been working on for 5 years. It's incredible. They're great. Sorry. Every time I go down, then it kind of does this. I'm just checking your message just a little bit. So anyway. Not seeing what it's red there. Okay. Sometimes YouTube, kind of goes back and forth. And I'm out in the country, of course. So the keys are doing what they need to be doing. They're processing what they need to process. They're opening things that need to be opened. They're letting things through that need to be let through. They're staying in a very established environment and holding that energy and that frequency. That's what they're supposed to be doing. And that's what they are doing. And I want to talk about, there were seals inside that. people want to ask about there were seals inside it at the first phase. Those seals are not there no longer. So if you want more information about that, I'm sure you can look at the videos previously on those. So I want to talk about the communication with spirit. I got to tell you, past spirits, past warriors, past frequencies that were here on earth, they're coming in so fast, fast in seconds and milliseconds. I'm not having any problem getting information. I've never downloaded stuff so fast that's coming in so fast. If I just go into it and see it, and even before anybody says them, the image comes in. So there's no barrier between that channel anymore. It is just boom, fast, hard, quick. So sometimes I'm like, whoa, it's overwhelming. So I'm preparing you because this week you don't get in the trigger mode. Okay. It's going to get a little worse on the 3D vision. Back up. Don't feed it. Just view it and don't be attached to it. Plated glass. Behind plated glass, your emotions aren't tied into it, your thoughts, your process. You're just viewing a situation that you don't have control of. You're just observing. Don't tie your emotions into it. Just let it happen. Sorry. Okay, so let me talk. I talked to you guys about a little after July. A little after July. So I was seeing tier 1 being fed. Tier 1 will be fed. And then after July, and I mean the first part of it, so our 3D finance will go. And then this amazing nourishment of goodness is going to hold steady, stronger than it ever was. Boom. So then a little more of reality that's going to come in, and then maybe they're going to just leak, well, we're going to slowly allow North Dakota to open up and start to fulfill the United States gas. Just saying, that's what I've been saying for a while. It's July. It's July. So, I'm just looking at things. This thing doesn't always do what it's supposed to do. Seals. Yes, I did say seals inside the keys. So they're seeing the keys, and you'll keep seeing them. They're not going to go away. They're not going to dissolve. I think you people in society need to get ready for looking at things in a different way, viewing it different. 5D is really, these vibrant colors and the stillness and this energy that's phenomenal, creativity in a different way. And so, and this is the funniest thing. I think society wanted to fear you into understanding what's above us, what we've really been attached to, all of that stuff. But I think it's funny is if those actually come down upon our great earth, you would see thousands and millions of people running to the ships. They are not going to run from them. They are going to run to them. Because the way that they're saying it's better up there than it is down here. Trust me, it's done the opposite. They're leaving. I don't know what they think they're taking, but they're leaving. So right now, it's a time to enjoy the weather, be outside, but also be aware what's going on above. And I talked to you about the diamonds. People are seeing more and more of those. That's related to your higher self and that connection of downloading information. So even for myself, I was having memory from other decisions I made at a different time. And those are coming more and more, revealing more and more. And so once you're acceptance to that, then it just feels like you wake up the next day and you're remembering stuff that you're like, I had no indication here that this was happening. And now I have this new information. And where do you apply it? Where do you apply it? And that's the thing. That's with the contracts. It's going to show you how it's connected to you. 3D is being dismantled completely. There's no power. There's no this great source behind it that's giving it its light. It's dying. It's dying. And you'll never see it again. Most of you. Some of you are going to decide to stay in another type of 3D. But that's just the way it is. Everybody had free will choice to make that decision. They did to make that decision. And the drawings that I'm doing, the drawings that are working with looking at this assistance of the medical side, the natural healing side, and these bigger creativity creators, what they look like, the images come in because they've told me, it's really funny because they go, we don't look like that. We don't look like that. You need to draw what we actually look like because they don't like it when they're discredited in what they look like because they don't want it to make it look like you need to fear them. There's a softer energy with them when you accept them as they are. And then that line of communication is created and opened up more and not having this bias idea of what they are. And that's where that whole process of looking at something and thinking because someone else has told you this is what they look like and they have to be bad. You need to stop that. That's a program that's been put inside you, and you need to look at things through the soul, through the frequency, through the energy, and connect with it that way. Because all through our universe, in every species, there are good and there is bad, and one can decide to be good. We all have that choice. So you need to look at things in an energy way, and I'm not saying trust it, but that energy process needs to be first before everything. And that's why here's a example. TV, it's an image. It shows you, and then your energy gives into it. Step away from that and don't give that energy, that process, because it feeds off of that. And that's not what you want, nor do you need it. So I've been doing some videos with some people when I do have time. Kimberly Palm, Sandra. We're doing Elena. And we're doing a round table again here soon. And so, sorry, Lana. And that's going to be a good one. So, trying to get people back on target and track. Don't get caught up in anything that makes you buy tickets to get to the truth. Don't spend the money. This is what's happening. They're on their last leg. They're on their last part of their knowledge of knowing things. And they're trying to take as much as they can with them because their money train is going to end. Because the truth speaks volumes. At the end of this, they have to be right and they have to be accurate. And they know they're not. And now they can't back it up. So they're going to take their bag of money and they're going to run. And that's what's going to happen. No, sorry, not Elena Denon. No way. This is Alana. Oh, gosh. They have a familiar name all the time, but every time I get them confused, it's not that one at all. Trust me. Super Soldier. She works with the Super Soldier. It's always I get her and that one confused, but they're not the same. So anyway, I've done some videos with her on Atlantis with Kimberly Palm. So, and she's used some of my drawings in her book with permission um, to present information. So, yes, exactly. The other one, I don't even want to go into. It's just not even worth the time. Um, the Star Traveler. Yes, that's the one. That is the one. So, and then I just did a show with Jaco and Alex Collier. And that was some good subjects that we talked about. But I also did one with Sandra, which she channeled. She did really good on channeling and bringing in information and that rawness of information and just letting it be what it is instead of adding to it. She did really good. So we want to see the truth. We want to see this evolving truth, and right now I'm in a process where my students are bringing in the messages and they have no idea that they're bringing in these phenomenal messages, and the spirit's being very humorous and funny and going, yeah, you got to do this. So if you're busy and you're ignoring us, we're going to find a way to let you know that you have to finish this up. And that's how they are. So it just shows you that everything's in sync. And if you stay in a balance point of channeling and true to the information, it all coincides together. It always uses the existence of the truth. And I think it was a good example for Sandra's show to you people see that how that works, the trueness of it. So, and also, I mean, I am when I have time, I am booking these contracts, and it's the same as if you go into the site, it would be the same as a 60-minute reading. But you would have to put on there that you want the contract. So I will get to those when I can. But this week, next 3 weeks, you've got to move yourself back away from trigger mode. If you look on my page here, you'll see Sandra's information on the video I did with her. It's in my community group. You'll see them. So I'm just not good at the link thing and remembering all that information. I got enough in my head, so I usually have to put it in the community or I have to post it. I'm not the one that, when I'm doing this, I can remember everything. See, you already know I'm bad with names. You guys, I'm going to tell you something. Everybody, I've had this hair forever, okay? And it is, I straighten it because I get sick of it in my face and it's not easy to put up or do whatever. It drives me nuts. So people go, it's great. But I am, oh my God, since I was a little girl, I had this red hair and my hair was everywhere, and even my daughter, she's like, I wish my hair was more curlier than yours, like yours. And I'm like, see, and I want straighter hair. That's just the way it goes. So, so the thing is right now, I wanted to come on and talk about a couple things. Right now, like I said, you guys are done very well on being aware now. You've done very well on pulling back. You've done very well on seeing things as they really are and pushing that 3D show away. And now I feel the shift of the attention being ready at the gates and ready for 4D to just develop in and see it for what it is. And the biggest thing is you're out of the fear. You're out of the fear. You're not in the fear. You're not processing the fear. And it's going to be a reflection when you see this, because you're standing there and you're processing 4D and you're just going to be all quiet, like, okay, I'm ready. And you look at someone in 3D and you're like, they're freaking out. And you're going to be like, that's crazy. I'm ready, and they didn't do the work. They didn't open, and they're in that fear, and you're going to not want to be a part of it whatsoever. So it's great of where you are right now, being aware and knowing you have the potential to get the information yourself. That's the thing that I'm teaching right now. I take people up, and it's not just me channeling it. I'm like, no, I'll put you in the environment and you can get it. I teach the independence. You're going to be able to do this in 4D. You might as well get used to it. I'm just saying. So, we're in a good process. You're just gonna, for the next 2.5 weeks, it's gonna be like this, and just hold on, but don't feed it. There's gonna be something new this week. They're gonna throw at you, and you just gotta go, nope, nope. I'm not doing it. I am not being triggered. That's a different view. It's a different curtain. I'll just focus on the 4D. That easy. It's that easy. It is that easy. So it's been interesting. All I can say is, I did an extra drawing with the keys. I'm going to show you something. So this is the process that we go up into, and this is the threshold that we have to get to. And this is actually one of the keys on top through another dimension. So you already saw the other keys that I have. Well, this is just an extra one to kind of explain it to a person that has to get into it. I'll just maybe have a couple of drawings here I'll go over that I've been doing. I've been working on a massive one that I can't even talk about. I don't know if I have my notebooks. Since we got time, okay, let me go through the pile here. So these are your higher dimension, and I would say your creators. Been doing stuff like this, this is the universal line, which you guys have seen. Remember I talked about the HomePods? You're going to be seeing more technology of this stuff coming in soon too. Airplanes, bye-bye. Needed to be gone a long time ago. Gaia. I've done several pictures of her. Some of these I can't show you. This is the keys in the activation mode. Look at that, how that energy flows through there. Isn't that cool? This is where they're at right now on this stage. It's good. So that master key that started this, and then all that energy goes through it and zips right through it. And everybody's like, I can't believe that you can actually see them now. So this is the active, here you're at the activation. This is the top key like you saw on that video. And you're in front of it. And here's that thing going right in through it. So these do not come down at all. They do not. And they actually have, you can't tell, there's different types of writings on each of them. A language that I don't know, I haven't decided to go into yet. But they are active. Very active. Nefertiti's. I don't like the picture, and she didn't like the picture that they have of her. It represents her. They're like, she's like, no, that is not so. Redo it. So those are ones I can show you. There's some I can't. Except this is another one. Creator energy that we're going into. The diamonds here. These are the stars. These are the pyramids. This is Mother Earth, the energy. We're right behind him. See, we just need raw truth, raw writings, raw information, nothing you get off Google. Just saying. So I'm just kind of showing you stuff that I haven't talked about in a while. I might as well go through. I'm sitting here. So this was the first original key. So in this original key, those are wealth, control of man, control of humanity, new energy, sickness in the world would happen. So all those plates of that this had to disappear and then get to an activation stage. And that's where that top key is. And these are huge, by the way. And that's why I am a seer and I open doors. For 3D, that's my title. 4D, it's a different one. I'm just seeing what else I can show you. I'm drawing all the time. Let's see. I got projects I've started. Yeah, mainly the rest I can't show you. So anyway, that kind of gives you an idea of where I'm at on stage. So if I'm not on here, it's just because I'm busy and I'm working with people or I'm doing stuff I'm obligated to look into, check. I will tell you, I'm going to talk about this because I told you that system, that new system that's coming in, has a high conscience level. It's error proof. You can't lie to it. You can't con it. It's way ahead of the game. And same thing with these funding of tier 1. It's error proof. So if your intention to get involved in that and it's not for humanity, you're going to be called out on it. They're ahead of the game. They're ahead of the steps. So if you think you're going to be able to con that process, good luck. You will find yourself in jail quick before you even get to touch that money. It's not going to happen, and I'm sure they're filtering them right now. So your intentions have to be pure on doing that for humanity. It ain't going to happen. But I'm sure there's some out there are going to try. I'd like to see it. Good luck on that. But they're going to filter that out too. So, because that is for our world, humanity, that needs to be cleaned, purified, rejuvenated, brought in patents that needed to be in hundreds of years ago, to change our technology, to change the way we heal, to change the way we eat. That's what it's for. And there ain't no way you're going to sabotage that and be a selfish person and think you're going to be able to contain that money for yourself. You have another thing coming. So if you're not in it for the purity of doing it for the right thing, you will be dismantled. Just saying. So I haven't done an update on Instagram in a while too. I'm going to do one this week too. So you guys, stay in your diamond. Stay above all of this. Stay in the frequency. You are more valuable than you know. So don't let anybody tell you that. Okay? So I'll go through these questions later. I just don't have time. So I want you guys to have a good day and stay in the light. Stay strong.